What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are back with another old track video. So last time I covered the old version of Forest, however today we're going to be doing a little bit of MXB Club. Now straight off the start there's a tabletop missing. This first corner seems a lot tighter and this tabletop is facing a completely wrong direction. So already a lot different going on here. We've got an inside and an outside split and the outside's nowhere near as steep as it was. Whoops are barely there. They're a lot steeper in modern day. We've got another inside to outside. Oh my god, this inside's... God, it's OP, surely. If you've been putting off buying that new MX gear or you're just looking for some new daily MX related clothing, then head on over to fxrracing.com. Code MXPR_Lins15 at checkout will give you 15% off all motocross and lifestyle products. This code is applicable to the European, Swedish and Norwegian websites, not Canada or the USA. And whilst I've got your attention, you may as well subscribe to the channel. It's just one click of a button and it puts a big old smile on my face. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, yeah, 100% that inside is going to be so much better than the outside. And look at the track. Oh, my... Bro, this is so much different. I mean, like, Forest was... It shared some things with the previous one, but this is night and day difference. I wonder what the reasoning was for making a change like this, or such a big change at least. I mean, the first corner kind of comes into this weird... I don't know, it's just like... This reminds me more of practice track than it does anything else. And I actually... Oh, actually, whilst we're here, I mentioned in the dev chat that I'm part of, I asked if there's any way on the current day MXB Club to have more gates, because there's only room for 16 people, yet if you look behind where the start gate is, there's room for just so many more. So I'd love to get more than 16 players on club at a time. But I think obviously these tracks were made way back when they probably didn't ever envisage this many people playing the games in the first place. This is a very short track. I don't think like the floor plan is much shorter than the original. However, it seems to be much faster pace. Like we've not got to jump and try tripping our way through these whoops here. We've actually got an inside rut to hold us rather than... Oh, can we quad this whole thing? Oh, I almost got all the way up and over it. Yeah, we've got an inside rut there to hold us rather than having to tiptoe flat track in. Got a little bit of a frame drop for some reason as well. Not too sure what's going on there. And then, other elephant in the room, I'm currently riding the factory RM 252 stroke. And it's a bike that I'm actually really enjoying. I'm using it for something else that's going on at the moment behind the scenes. But it's really like good fun. And I don't think there's been any of the two strokes yet that I really dislike. The only one that I've been felt a bit funny about as I'm going through testing them all is the CR 252 stroke. I feel like the front end on it is really weird and really tucky. But it's, again, the only bike that I've had any sorts of issue with. So the other ones have all been really straightforwards, very savable, very manoeuvrable in the air, very easy to turn on. The traction's really good on them. They're nice and reliable. Nothing but positive things to say about them. They are really good fun. And again, hat goes off to them boys. I know they're quite a small team, but they've done a really good job. And I'm excited to see if we do get any races using these bikes in the future. But I'm also very excited for when we get some four strokes. I'm not sure how high of a priority it is on their list, if they've done any sort of ETA, like estimated time that they're going to come out. I'm not part of that Discord at all. So if you are aware, please do let me know. I know one or two of them watch these videos as well. So yeah, any update you have, boys, or any information on the future of these bikes, please do let me know, because I'm actually quite excited for them. Oh, please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. We landed that absolutely fine. And just there, like, I came up completely short on that, but it didn't bounce me up to the moon. It didn't give me a front end twitch. It was just nice, straightforwards, and just, I think predictable is the best word to use. Like, you know what it's going to do in each scenario, which is kind of all that you need, really, at the end of the day for a motorbike game, in order to just become better. Because I feel like sometimes when I'm playing races, especially in the aerial races, I feel like sometimes it's down to RNG or pure luck. I swear I can hit the same section twice and have a completely different result one time to the other. I think I've had an ongoing conversation before with Reese, where if you take a game like Trackmania, for example, if you do a specific set of inputs on your controller, you will get the same result over and over again. Which is why you have maps like press forwards maps, where all you have to do is hold press forwards, you guessed it, and the car will go around the track itself every single time, because there's no randomness involved. It's all purely simulated and all physics based. Whereas I feel like if we were to do that same thing on bikes, sometimes you'd survive and sometimes you wouldn't. That's just the level of uncomfortability I have on it these days, but I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to improve slowly. I mean, some weeks I'll have a much better time than others, especially from one aerial round to the other. Of course, aerial is completely done now. It's finished. We do have some... What is it? Is it playoffs? Because it's not WSX, so we got no SMX. Sorry, we've got SMX coming up as well, which will be exciting. One that I'm very excited to do is the LA Coliseum race. There's just something about that stadium, and like, especially going back and watching really old real life races from back in the day. There's something about that stadium that seems a bit special, especially like going out up to the top of it, turning around, dropping back down through the crowd and stuff. It's going to be really exciting, and I hope that it gets represented in game really, really well. I hope the track's nice and fun, and hope it's a good event altogether. I believe that I qualified for both the EU and the NA ones. Somehow, I think, even though I didn't do the entirety of NA Supercross, I did do all of outdoors, which probably really helped. I swear I'm still in like 3rd or 4th in like overall points, which is crazy to me. And I think I might even be in 1st place in the EU points, because skills didn't show up for the last round. Was it last round? No, he didn't show up for the last moto. Oh, actually, that might be close then. I'll have to have a look, because the total for EU isn't out yet, but it is for NA. Chicken's been like really on the ball. He's been really quick on it. So we'll see. I know it was close between me and Skills, because he stopped and done 250s in Supercross for a while. Obviously, he finished ahead of me in outdoors, but it might have come full swing. I think I'm the only person in EU that done all of 450 indoors and outdoors. I just happened to be very mid it, but I should be at the top either way. I'm excited for it. I do love my Supercross. I really, really do. These factory bikes handle Supercross really well. Actually, I'm quite surprised that especially the suspension in the whoops is really good. Love that I can hit that line there. Just kind of low line the takeoff on the right. I think that's probably the quickest, because then you haven't got to jump out of the rhythm section at all. And I'm actually quite enjoying this track. I wouldn't go as far to say that it's better than the modern day club that we have, but it's not far off. There's some corners that I actually enjoy more, where it's got a rut to hold us rather than flat tracking. But I do think we're lacking in the jump department. Like the jump into left-hander I miss. I miss this being like a slightly bigger tabletop. Oh, please don't go into the bales. And this finish line jump's a lot smaller than it is normally. And I miss these whoops here. There's something very satisfying about when you'd go out really wide, get a good drive, triple your way in, and you can triple all the way through if you get it absolutely perfectly. And I feel like that's one of them lines that you can kind of gauge your speed on, or if you're improving at the game overall, and if you do hit it or not. Because when you're first starting out, you could probably never even imagine or conceive the idea of tripling into those whoops. It's probably like you can double it if you're lucky. Sometimes you might undershoot it, sometimes you might overshoot it and bounce and crash. But then as time goes on, you might triple in, but then not be able to get the triples after that because you're not getting the triple too cleanly. And then after probably a couple hundred hours, you might be at the point where you can just perfectly triple through it every single lap. Granted, I've not done this, or I've not done modern day club on a smaller bike for quite some time. When I do it, it's usually on the 450s, so I'm not sure how difficult of a line that is on the smaller bikes these days, like 250s. I don't think it's possible to triple all the way through on 125s, for example. Yeah, 450, it's kind of like the main line, and if you are not doing it on a 450, you probably should be. Just, you'll gain a lot of time over the course of a lap by getting that clean, probably a couple of seconds, maybe. And I think, overall, in terms of the current club, if you're looking for like targets or like a lap time to aim for overall, try and go that sub 1 minute. I think that's a really, really good marker for like a good lap time around there. I think on the 450, anytime I load the track up these days, I can run a 58, sometimes a 57 if I'm feeling spicy. But yeah, 1 minute, I don't think it's unreasonable for people that are probably a couple hundred hours deep to get to. Good marker, so give that a try at some point. This track, of course, whilst it doesn't feel like it's a lot longer than other iterations of this, it's a lot shorter, like 15 seconds shorter. Like we're running 46-second lap times. I suppose actually like there's one like left and right that's completely missing, although then other parts of the track stretch out further than others, and it's a weird one. I don't think there's been any update or movement in terms of these tracks are publicly available now to everybody, which is a real shame, because I generally think we... Oh, please don't. Ah, I'm stuck, goddammit. which is a shame because I think we'd probably see these in quite a lot of servers. Now, obviously, modern day Forest and Club are like classics that you always see them on the PT servers, for example. But yeah, these ones could be good fun, especially for like sprint races, or maybe if you want a shorter track to run lots of laps on to try and get some more road built up. Definitely the way to go, and it's good fun. I don't think they're poorly built tracks by any means. I can see reasons as to why they would update them, but for me, they're part of the game's history. You know, it's sad to kind of just leave them in the darkness. And for Snap saying that he was worried about maybe like your road being funky or this, that, and the other, they seem to be absolutely fine. You know, I'm not getting any frame issues. I've had one frame drop throughout this video, which I actually don't know what that is. I don't think it's the track at all. I've been running the road here on 1.4, and it's not getting disgustingly deep. It's slowly building up, but nothing crazy at all. No death spikes, no holes or anything like that, and it's good fun. And if anything else, if no one else is going to ride them, it's still a good training tool for people that are newer to the game. I triple this. Oh, that's so much quicker than what I was doing. Oh, I'm an idiot. I should have been doing that the whole time. And then I'm sure if you spend enough time, you could probably work out some very sneaky ways of getting around the track quite quickly. Like missing out bumps by going on some of these high lines, and then there's some low lines over some of these jumps as well that you can take if you want to be a little bit scumbaggy. But overall, it's actually really good fun. And oh god damn it, if you're part of my Discord, I'm not sure if I should be advertising this or not based on what I said on the back of last video about kind of spreading these tracks. There may or may not be a pinned Google Drive link in my Discord with these bikes inside of them. Just throwing that out there. Allegedly, that exists. So I'm going to end it there. If you have enjoyed this video, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'd really appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.